Hello everyone and welcome to my morning report analysis videos on Tuesday 21st of August with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Hantec Markets. We've got a dollar correction going on, and that dollar correction has sort of been accelerated really. I mean, in the last sort of few days we've seen the dollar turning around a bit, and that acceleration has gone through as a result of Donald Trump comments yesterday. He does have a tendency or an ability to certainly move the markets, certainly during these quiet summer months. And he's talking about currency manipulation again, and is also criticising the Fed, saying that the Fed should be helping him rather than raising interest rates. He would like to have a weaker dollar generally, I think, and this sort of all plays into that. So subsequently we've seen that the dollar has reacted to that, and we can see that across the majors today. Euro and sterling, pretty much across the board on all these majors, and you can see that on the dollar index, which has fallen away quite sharply. That's come as treasury yields fell away. The 10-year lost about 5 basis points yesterday. Bounced back a touch today, and it's interesting. I'll show you the move that we saw. It was the 20th of July that we saw the dollar weakening last time that Trump talked about currency manipulation and criticised the Fed. And the dollar just settled in the subsequent days and then went on a tear again. So I'm not expecting this to be a significant move, but the one concern that you would have, I suppose, would be this chart here, where the market is massively short treasuries. And if you do see that there's a short squeeze on that, then you may well find the dollar the dollar correction continuing. But for now, the dollar correction is in play, and it'll be interesting to see how far it goes. Euro back above 115 figure. I'll talk about that, the implications of that in the chart analysis in a bit. But interesting moves. We also saw dollar yen below 110 this morning. So not only that, we've seen equity markets pulling higher. S&P 500 and Wall Street were positive, marginally positive, I suppose you'd say, into the close. The futures are ticking a touch higher today. We've got the DAX, which is an outperformer. 12,400 is a level to watch out on the DAX, because that's where you start to see resistance band coming in, 12.4 to 12.5. So is this a rally that's going to just be sold into? The gold price rally also continues to rally the gold price move continues to go higher as the dollar correction is also still in play. So all these I'll be covering in the analysis videos in a bit. Now, in terms of data points today, not a lot. You've got the UK public sector borrowing at 9.30 today. That's for July, which is traditionally a month where the UK budget comes into surplus for the month, actually, as in the government gets money in, as opposed to having to borrow. But other than that, we're not really looking at anything. Now, maybe the crude stocks from the API could have an impact on the oil price later. Certainly expecting a drawdown. And if it was to be a build, then you could see that rally on oil starting to peter out. But other than that, nothing really. So my chart today is dollar CAD. Now, I looked at this yesterday and I started to see that the market was rolling over. We've been in this downtrend channel for the past sort of 2 months, coming up 2 months now. And the rallies within that downtrend channel have been traditionally falling over. Now, you've got a pivot at 130.50 to 130.60 area. The market closed below that. I've been testing that level, but then closed below it yesterday, and it's moved downside today. So it looks as though the rally has again rolled over. But if I roll out, you're actually now testing this uptrend. So this is a key moment for dollar CAD. If it breaks that uptrend as well, that uptrend comes in at about 30 big figure today, in conjunction with sort of rolling over within the downtrend channel. This could turn into a continuation of the corrective move. Look at the MACD lines. rolling over underneath neutral. Stochastics have already crossed lower. Similar sort of move to the one that we saw back in mid-July when the market did roll over and corrected for a couple of weeks. So this is an interesting moment, I think. And we could see 29.60, which was the August low, but then the channel low comes in around 29 figure area today, just below 29 figure. So there is certainly room for a move to the downside if this continued correction does go, and certainly looks as though the bulls have lost control again on this chart. So let's have a quick look at the hourly chart, see if there's anything interesting. Not a great deal. Initial resistance around that pivot of 30.50, and that, as I said, that was on the daily chart as well. 30.90 as well, bit of a reaction high. But any unwinding move, I think, is now a chance to sell on this. So I wish you good luck in your trading, and I'll speak to you later.